Back to that again.
We just proved it. Dinosaurs are Swiss lizards. No, they're not. Now, the big question, I guess, would be, how does that relate to the army knife?
It doesn't. I don't even know how to make a joke about that.
There's no joke about that. Swiss Army knife is a funny name because Switzerland doesn't have an army. That's why it's funny. In case you guys don't know what that's all about. Switzerland doesn't have an army. They're a neutral country. What a Swiss people are like French people that have so much fucking attitude they don't like French people. Like, they're worse than the most Frenchy French person. Swiss people are very just like, meh. And I love all of you guys, I really do. But you think you're better than everybody, and you're probably right, but still,
You're gonna flaunt it.
But like, that's just like such a thing, like such a Swiss thing. We're not even going to get involved in that war because it might get on our sweater. We're neutral. Nah. Look at all you savages warring. Fuck you. Go split an atom.
Dick.
I've only ever met one genuinely Swiss person, and he was a super dick.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So he just tainted, like, it like fully reinforced my opinion of them.
No.
When I was 17. And I've never met another one since. I love you, Switzerland. You're great. And I love all the countries that listen to our show, and it would be really great if someone in one of those countries would buy my book. That would be very exciting for me.
Yeah. Get a nice big international sale. That'd be awesome.
Amazon. Okay.
Have you ever heard the name Timothy Ray Brown?
Timothy Ray Brown. I'm going to be honest here and say it's not ringing a bell.
There's a big reason why you've never heard the name, although I don't know why we don't know the name, because I think this is pretty big, relatively big news. Timothy, he was receiving stem cell transplants to treat his leukemia. But while he had leukemia and was doing all this, he also had HIV/AIDS.
Okay.
After going through his treatment, it cured his HIV. The only human in history that has ever actually had it.
I think
And
there
then
was another one.
No, the other woman was the other one, the woman you're talking about, because I know about that one. She had it, but went into, like, it still is in her, but she's not affected by it anymore. This guy's, he's literally completely cured.
Wow.
Nowhere left in his system.
Watch him die of COVID next week. That would be funny.
Wouldn't that be fucked, eh? So the actual cell that causes AIDS is called the CCR5. And
what does that do for growing penises on your arm, though? That's where science is at right now. Who cares about curing AIDS when you can get an arm dick?
Right? And that, I'm thinking, I don't know, but it certainly helps because it is stem cell.
Yeah, right. And some people don't like stem cell research. I don't understand.
If you don't, you're an idiot.
There you go. This stem cell research. All you people are like, oh no, stem cell, it's bad. Yeah, it cures AIDS. AIDS or HIV? HIV.
HIV.
Yeah. That's cool shit. So what are they? They're looking into it. They're gonna develop it. They got a cure for AIDS now.
Well, researchers are now focusing on the possibility of introducing the rare genetic mutation into a patient's body, infusing T cells that have been modified so as to have the CCR5 variation. So they're hoping that it's going to be able to take it over and eliminate it from the body.
Researchers are hoping that they can find a way to continue doing research, because once they cure something, they're out of a job. That's what researchers are hoping. Oh, don't fucking tell them we cured it. Tell them it needs more testing.
Yeah. What are you thinking? So this guy was out of he's actually from Berlin. So he's known as the Berlin patient, is what he's actually known as.
If he celebrates by going and banging a hooker and getting AIDS, I will love this story for the rest of my life. That would be the best thing ever. To celebrate, he goes and has sex, and then he gets AIDS and dies.
Dies from it.
I want Tom Hanks and Denzel Washington to make that movie.
Yeah, no doubt.
Philadelphia 2. The Berlin Man.
The Berlin Man. The Berlin patient.
Berlin patient.
Yeah, the original article that this showed up as came out in 2012. And, since then he has been, like an advocate for bringing the cure to others who have been affected with HIV. However, a recent interview with Brown, as well as a doctor who cured him, has served to underscore just how much of a role luck played in curing his diagnosis. So it was basically the doctor is saying, look, it's just a matter of right place at the right time. Everything just sort of like they've been trying to do variations of this treatment for AIDS victims, and nothing's worked. It just happened to basically sort of work with this guy at that moment with all the right conditions.
I think that's more of just a preemptive way of saying, don't line up outside of my door. I don't have more for you right now.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I'm thinking too.
Which is cool, I guess. It makes sense because there's a lot of people in the world with AIDS.
Mm-hmm. So So his work is at least it's the groundwork being laid down for hoping to be viewed as the blueprint to cure for HIV.
Can you imagine being the guy who beat AIDS? I would go straight to the fucking casino after that.
Lottery tickets, casino, fucking whatever.
How does that work for you in a bar? Like, no, I had AIDS, but it's gone now. Like, no one's falling for that one. No,
exactly.
It's cured. No, you're never getting laid. I swear to God, they cured my AIDS. I'm that guy.
And the worst thing would be to find out is you find out that although he's completely cured of it, he can still pass it on to people.
He can still pass it on. That would be. Oh, I wonder if they've checked that. Do they know that?
No, he's completely cured of it. There's nothing in the system whatsoever. Can't pass it on. There's none of it. It doesn't exist in the system.
This is just a very elaborate way to cover up a false positive.
Yeah.
He never actually had AIDS. They just didn't want to tell him. Oh, fuck. What do we do? Tell him you cured it.
Just
fucking awesome.
Just tell him it's the right time, right place at the right time. You won't be able to repeat the effort. Yeah, stem cells. You can't repeat it.
What part of the stem cells cured my AIDS? The medical part you wouldn't understand. It's very, very technical.
It's a CC something. I don't know. Whatever.
CC 1.95 barium nitrogen. You're just listing the elements?
Yeah, is that what you're doing right now? What the fuck is going on? Carbon. Wait, I know what carbon is. No, you don't.
That's what you used to the dinosaurs. So you tell how old dinosaurs are. And the Alps. I've already said too much. You have to get out. That's a funny show. I should make that show.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
How many people in the world have AIDS? Oops, that's not a word.
Lots.
How many people in the world have AIDS? 76 million people.
Holy shit.
Have been infected with the HIV virus, and 33 million people have died.
I have a scientific
that's worse
fact
than
here.
COVID. Just to let
that
you guys
is
know.
way worse than COVID. I have a
37.9 million people are currently living with AIDS. 37.9 million people fucking hate that guy. I promise you. What was it? Trevor, Troy, Trent, Fox, Tommy? What's his name? Gray?
I don't know. I already closed it. I closed it by accident.
Something.
Yeah. It's here somewhere. I have to find it again. But yeah.
37.9 million people hate you, Tom. Ted. Whatever your name
I'm
was.
pretty sure it started with a T.
There was a T in there and an animal of some kind, wasn't there?
Something like that. What the fuck is it? Why can't I find it?
Google that shit. That's how good we are at tracking the news. I don't even remember the dude's name. We said the story 5 minutes ago. I'm like, what story? What AIDS? What?
What AIDS?
What are you talking about? COVID?
What? Stop paying attention. What happened again?
Guy whose AIDS.
Just type in the Berlin patient.
Oh yeah, the Berlin patient.
That's all you have to type in. While you're looking that up, did you know that you're 10 times more likely to be bitten by a New Yorker than a shark?
I probably did know that. The Berlin patient has a podcast. Shocking. Timothy Brown. Timothy Ray Brown.
Timothy Brown.
He's an American. He was called the Berlin patient at the 2008 Conference on Retroviruses.
There you go.
Well, there you go. Tim Brown. Timothy Ray Brown. 70 million people hate you. 37, million people hate your guts. Just
hate you.
Hate you.
They hate your non-AIDS guts.
You know why that name sounds weird to me? Because it reminds me of Charles Lee Ray, who, of course, used voodoo to transfer his soul into the body of a doll and became Chucky.
Ah, well done.
That sounds just like Tim Ray Brown, kind of Charles Lee, something, whatever. Medical, COVID.
That's all that matters.
Carbon. Helium.
Hey, Eric.
CC something. Very, very, yeah. So that's all. People with AIDS don't hate Tim. It's not his fault.
No, he just happened to be lucky, and being unlucky at the same time.
54 years old. Fuck, the dude just gets his whole life handed back to him. 54 years old.
Yeah.
What a guy. I've never heard of this man. I can't believe that. That's very shocking to me.
That should be like that. That should be a name that everybody should really know, but apparently, not so much. Hey, Eric, how many moons can you fit between the Earth and the Moon? What's up?
He had cancer.
Yeah, he had cancer. He had leukemia.
Did it cure his cancer? We didn't even talk about that. Does he still have cancer?
I have no idea. The article I had was just talk about the fact that he was the only patient to ever be cured of AIDS.
March 4th, 2019. Doctors announce a second person has been cured of HIV.
Oh, there we go. The second one has happened.
How many moons?
How many moons can you fit between Earth and the Moon?
A bunch? 100?
See, that's what I thought. I'm thinking somewhere around the 100 mark. It's 11.
11?
11 moons.
I didn't think the moon was that big.
No, it's the size of the American continent.
That's pretty big.
So it is pretty big.
The size of the American continent if the American continent were round.
Yes. If you were to take all that landmass and make it round, then it would be that size.
11. How long does it take to travel across the moon?
Not very long.
How long does it take to get to the moon? It's like 3 days or something. 3 months?
It can be... No, is it that... I don't think it was that long. For some reason, I thought it's only a matter of a couple of days nowadays.
How long does it take? This is an interesting podcast, guys. Why don't you email and answer some questions for us so we don't have to ask them on the show?
Takes about 3 days.
3 days to get to the moon.
Yeah.
So you could walk across the moon in like an hour.
No.
Well, if it takes 3 days to get there, and that's the distance of 11 moons, then you could walk.
So then yeah.
You can divide 3 by 11. And that's the size of the... can get across the moon. I want to go. I do. I'm interested in going